Hi y'all. This is gonna be a really quick video. I'm just gonna ramble, hopefully do this in one take. But it's Pride Month, which I actually almost forgot about because of everything going on in the world. So happy Pride Month, everyone. I kind of just rolled out of bed, so I have that like morning voice. Haven't even had coffee yet or anything. So what inspired this video is that I came across a post on tumblr.com. Yes, I still go on Tumblr. Tumblr is like my favorite place to go when it's like 2 a.m. and I'm scrolling through my phone trying to fall asleep. Yeah, I pretty much only visit Tumblr when I'm like really tired, so sometimes I like get my information mixed up. If you don't know, hello, I always struggle with labeling my sexuality. I never know what label to use. I have gone through so many different labels because I just don't know what it is that fits me best. But basically, like, normally I'll say like I'm bisexual slash pansexual because like I figure that most people know what bisexual means, even if they're not in the LGBT community or not very educated about it. Most people know that word, so that's often something that I'll just say, or I'll say like slash pansexual in case they happen to know what that also is. But I've always kind of felt deep inside that I'm probably like more on the pansexual side, but I think I might have been kind of misinterpreting those labels, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit because, well, of course there's the thing of like bisexual. I thought kind of was like men and women, like bi, like two. I thought that kind of excluded like trans identities as well, which like doesn't fit for me because I would be attracted to anyone, like trans, not trans, any gender, whatever, is someone that I could potentially feel attraction for. So that definitely made me be like, yeah, definitely like more pan than bi. But, okay, so this post I found on Tumblr last night when I was like about to fall asleep says bisexual. Attraction to multiple genders where gender is a factor within the attraction can include a preference for one gender over another or attraction that feels different when it's directed at a specific gender. Pansexual. Attraction to people regardless of gender. Gender is not a factor. You'd expect a blanket sensation of attraction regardless which gender it's attracted to and no sense of intuitive gender preference. So, I always thought, okay, well, I am demisexual, so in case you don't know, that just means like I don't feel attraction to random people based off physical appearance. I feel it when I feel emotional connection with someone. So because of that, like, I thought I could feel that for anyone, you know, because I could probably form an emotional connection with anyone. So that would make me pan, right? Like, regardless of gender, gender doesn't matter. But I was thinking about this a little more, and something important about that, though, is that pansexual, I feel like, kind of implies that you just don't really see gender. Like, I mean, in terms of your own attraction, you're kind of just like attracted to anyone equally, which isn't really actually the case for me. I would be lying to myself if I said that that was the case. I definitely have a pretty strong preference, I guess, in terms of like which genders generally I would be more drawn to, I guess. Like, it's hard to like think about this anymore because my partner is male and that's who I'm with, so like that's all that matters, right? But I need to keep in mind that like if I never met him, I would probably still be kind of like more or less identifying more as a lesbian or like something kind of in that realm. As I said, like I always struggled with this, always struggled with finding a label, but I would definitely be more leaning towards like that side. So to say that I just look at everyone and like feel equally attracted or equal potential to be attracted to everyone is kind of false. There's definitely a difference for me. Apparently, bisexuality has nothing to do with like whether or not trans or non-binary people can be like within your pool of like who you're potentially attracted to or not. So I think I was wrong. I think I was just straight up incorrect. Bisexual might actually be like the best label for me. after all, even though I always thought that's just like what I'm using to like explain myself, even though that's not really like what I am. But the thing is, like, from what I understand, bisexuality is a spectrum, right? So let's say there's like completely straight, completely gay. From what I understand, like if you're bisexual, you don't have to be in the middle. You could be like anywhere along that spectrum, I think. And that fits well with me because I would definitely be like on one side more. I am demisexual. I do genuinely feel like I could feel an emotional connection with anyone of any gender, and you know, the potential is there for attraction to anyone. But that being said though, like in terms of aesthetic attraction, in terms of who I'm drawn to, in terms of like who I would probably seek out if I was single, there's a difference. Like there's a difference. Gender is a factor, I guess. So I don't know, maybe it turns out that that is the best label for me after all, even though I've spent so much time digging deeper than that and like finding different labels. And when I was like, I don't know, 10 years old and first kind of started to get ideas of not being straight, the first thing I ever thought of was I'm bisexual. Since then, I've gone through like a whole mess of identities. In high school, came out as gay, lesbian, you know. After that, was like, maybe I'm asexual because I don't really, you know, like after that, other things, pan, no label at all, just like whatever. And now I'm back. I've come full circle back to bi. Just think that's kind of funny. I guess like I always had the misconception that bi is like, well, I'm attracted to men and women, the gender binary. I'm attracted to them both, but that's not necessarily the case, apparently. And also at the end of the day, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, this isn't something that ever comes up in conversation or like anything really. Like the last time somebody asked me what my sexuality was my doctor, like, well, my psychiatrist actually. What is your sexuality is like on the form of questions along with like what is your gender, what is your name, like it's just on there. So that's the last time I had to answer this question, is when I was just filling out forms at a doctor's office. So this isn't something that comes up a lot. When it does come up socially, it's just not really a big deal. Like I'll just be like, yeah, I'm bi or pan or whatever. Now I guess I can more confidently use the word bi, but it really doesn't matter. People aren't constantly asking me for what I label as. The only thing that really matters at the end of the day is that I'm not straight. So there's that sense of community that I have with LGBT, being able to identify with like that larger group of people and recognize myself in that and feel a sense of solidarity with that. I definitely don't think labels are necessary. I've said this before in past videos about sexuality. Yeah, labels, you don't have to label yourself if you don't want to. But I just wanted to make this quick video about my new realizations about these labels and what these words like actually mean. That is that, I guess. Just a bit of a ramble. Maybe it could help someone if they're also figuring this out, but also I kind of just wanted to ramble about this for a minute and tell you guys my new realizations. Maybe I will have different realizations in the future and change my label again, but for now, it kind of seems like bisexual might actually be the right word, which I never really like fully realized before. So congrats to me. Hello. Hope everyone's doing well. Happy Pride Month, obviously. Again, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.